Like Shady was ready and then backed off, and now Ocrim's ready and Shady backs off. It's like, okay. We'll be starting off though. These two will be facing each other in Mausoleum. Ocrim going in Nade Popper Roaster. Actually quite an interesting loadout. Basically forces him to be very straightforward with his approach, his playstyles, for his attacks. But that's a decent amount of coverage and allows him to kind of play around a couple of different interesting things. Shady going in with the Toaster Verchuck to start off with, which can be a very dangerous thing for a max brass, but as long as Ocrim's getting those deflects on point, he actually can get some pretty strong pressure and damage in. Starting things off, just Ocrim holding onto a monumental lead, well, a moderate lead, but he's gonna quickly get knocked out of his rush. Would have been monumental if he landed it. Shady quickly setting up, is now ready with a rush of their own and will likely try to utilize it to try to pressure and push Ocrim back, especially with Ocrim being in this very precarious position. Ocrim trying to find his way in, is gonna get knocked down once more, and this rush is probably gonna come out pretty soon. Shady might not want to even use it, just trying to blast Ocrim down before it's even an opportunity, and is going to be able to do so. That's the power of a rush. It's just not even using it. Just you're able to scare your opponents so well sometimes that they'll just go from full to zero because you just have rush. Heading into this next round, Ocrim switching one of the nades over for a popper. Can cover a little more range. It's going to struggle a little bit against the Verchuck and Booster, but can allow for some really nice opportunities, some good windows. If he finds ways to make it work around, it can really work out well. Ocrim choosing to throw out his rush as soon as he got it, which is going to allow him to start with a 50% health lead. But it's taken a lot of arm damage, and Shady trying to close into this distance, start capitalizing on this rush pressure once more. And is going to choose to use it here, dealing 280 damage and balancing out these health pools. Now though, Ocrim no longer has to worry about it, but does get disarmed. He doesn't have to worry about that rush pressure anymore, but Shady's still applying an immeasurable amount of pressure and is just really pushing Ocrim back against the wall. Finally finds a chance with that popper, is going to push Shady back. Now Shady just looking for a single hit more. Ocrim trying to play safely, not get caught by anything, but he gets the win confirmed. He's not going to be able to follow up with rush just yet. Trying to patiently play things out, sees the moment, he's going to dive right in, and brings the score to 1-1. Starting things off, Shady gonna quickly just choose to throw out that rush, put themselves in a much more stronger advantage position, but quickly gets pushed away as Ocrim going to be able to capitalize fully on the popper's properties and quickly pushes Shady back into the wall. Shady closing in that distance, gets a grab, is back on the offensive. He's just not letting Ocrim play very safely, or play this out in any way that he wants right now. He's constantly getting boxed out and knocked down by these charged Dragon Arm Toasters. Finally finds a knockdown, but again, set to a very critical position, and a quick 1-2 is going to be all Shady needs to bring the score to 1-0. We'll give Ocrim all of the roll tags. SIA even Ocrim. Perfect. Alright. I'm wondering what ocrim might do in response to this. I'm potentially expecting some kind of heavy arm to kind of fight back against Shedy's close range nature. I could easily see a curve arm coming in. The popper was a really good pick. It was really difficult to get to work, but once he got it working, it was super scary. I could see a larger stage working out well for him, just giving him more room to kind of push back, especially something like Via Dolce, where he starts off with that space, and then if he does get the momentum, just kind of starts pushing back rough against Shedy, and might be able just to crush him. I like stretchy shirts that can stretch and go over directions to places that maybe they shouldn't be able to. My shirt is covering my knees. It's very cozy. Heading into our next match, ocrim gonna switch over to the Fun Chuck now, looking to potentially utilize that to parry out some of Shedy's attacks. That would set ourselves up with a lot more of a defensive play where both are kind of going at each other. Funchuck and Birdchuck kind of cancel each other out. Generally, Funchuck is a little bit more consistent and works a bit better with Brass because he just straight up get that stun grab confirmed. Starting things off, ocrim gonna start off with a light lead, getting a stun grab combo, and is just starting off with hefty pressure, really capitalizing on the stage's design. Shedy starting to push back though, gets some nice pressure, gets a couple of strong hits, and is quickly pushing ocrim back into the corner, both now ready with rush. Very much whoever is going to have the height advantage. ocrim going to be able to catch Shedy out though. But now has to be careful of a rush coming in from Shedy's end. Recognizes that it was potentially coming and is going to safely block it out. Now holding onto some advantage, just trying to play relatively patiently, not get too caught up by anything Shedy might be throwing out. Getting a strong, healthy tempo. Shedy trying to find a way in to just get some pokes and get a little bit more chip. ocrim not wanting to invest too much in anything, and is going to be rewarded as he finds a way in with the Funchuck, taking the first round. Diving straight into our next match. Both players going to continue working with these loadouts. ocrim holding onto a much more dominant rush lead, but is going to be the first one to get knocked down twice, as Shedy going to be able to block the rush and is now just in a very dominant position, catching ocrim out with another toaster. ocrim definitely wanting to try to force out that rush from Shedy, as at this point Shedy is just really capitalizing on this rush pressure and giving ocrim an exceptionally rough time. A lot of it is just general fear. ocrim's scared of so many of these punishes, and it's just putting him in such a rough place. One final bar of health. ocrim just gonna let Shedy take this. Not gonna try to bring things back in any way, and that's going to allow Shedy to balance out the score 1-1. Definitely a very swingy round here, where whoever gets the advantage first is generally in a much stronger place. And it's going to be Shedy getting the first blow. Trying to continue to capitalize on that rush pressure. Shedy going to just get some more damage in. ocrim caught out by another grab and is thrown into the corner. ocrim trying to find a way out. He's going to accept this loss. He's burnt out. Not really feeling as much. And Shedy going to move on to face off in the lower finals.